Then I hear my doorknob. So I'm like, oh, no.
Close your eyes to get away. Just bang my line and I'll arrange it.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Trey Monet. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and let's dive right into this video. Alright, so as you know, or as you may not know, I moved from Miami to Atlanta 2.5, almost 3 years ago. When I moved to Atlanta, I visited once, and that was my only time to really like look at apartments and things like that. At the time, this was like when the rent increase was going on, the recession was like first starting, so rent was going crazy. But I had made in my mind that I was moving to Atlanta, okay? I was like, I don't care that the rent is getting crazy right now. I'm moving to Atlanta. I'm not messing with Miami.
Like, I got to go.
I came across this outskirt of Atlanta called Decatur. And I'm like, okay, Lloyd wrapped around Decatur where it's greater.
Decatur where it's greater.
And yeah, I know there's like some crime and some things, but like that's everywhere. From my understanding, like Decatur was like a big city and they have like its own downtown. So like there's nice parts of Decatur. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna look in Decatur. Set up an apartment tour, viewed, you know, the model apartment, and it was good. Everything was nice. It was pretty decent, right? Fast forward, I move into the apartment, and after a couple months, y'all, I already like was not messing with it again. I was trying to be grateful because I had an apartment during this like huge start of the recession and rent increase, but my ceiling started like pieces of the ceiling started falling down. Y'all, my electricity was over $100 every month. And I'm like, how? Because one, I don't use that much electricity. Like I turn my lights off when I go out of room. Like, so it was like all of these problems, right? My sister came and like helped me move and things like that. And we heard these noises coming below me. We just hear like a bunch of banging and a bunch of noises and stuff like that. So we're like,
That's weird.
That's weird.
Y'all, it is getting so loud and it sounded so crazy that we ended up calling the police. Now, this is another scare for me. Y'all, when I tell you, we were on the phone with the police for like a good 10, 12 minutes. I'm like, baby, I'm gone. Like, I would be unalived right now. I would be unalive right now if there was an actual emergency. So that scared the crap out of me because I said, whoa, I heard some stuff about Atlanta, but for the police to take like 10 minutes to answer a response call is insane. So y'all, it took them forever. They finally come to the door and they're like, oh, what's going on? We're like, yeah, we hear something. Like, we don't know if there's a break-in. We don't know what's going on, but there's something going on next door. So they checked it out or whatever, and they told us like there was nothing, like they didn't find anything. So I'm like, okay. Turns out later, y'all, it ended up happening again. I heard someone scream, help. And it was like a woman. So I said, oh my God, somebody's breaking into this woman's apartment. Like, we gotta call the police. So me and my sister, we called the police and we're scared. My sister's like, she wanna go home. I'm like, oh no, this is too much. And mind you, I just moved into this apartment. So I'm like, I wanna go home too. I don't wanna stay here. Like, I know it's my apartment now, but I don't wanna stay here no more. It was a domestic violence case. There was already all of these complications happening with this apartment before this little break-in. I'm minding my own business, you know, just chilling in my room, scrolling, and I'm a little paranoid, y'all. Like when I get notification from my Ring app, like I be going on there just to see, like, make sure it's all good. So strangely enough, I heard the little ring noise on my phone, and so I just like to see like what's going on when I hear that ring sound. And I see someone outside of my door. And it's like a man. I don't recognize him. Never seen him before in this building. And he's directly outside of my door. Then I hear my doorknob. So I'm like, oh, no. So I'm terrified at this point. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like hiding in my apartment. I'm like scared, hiding. I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to call the police. So I hurry up. I call the police. But I'm trying to be quiet too because I don't know. I just don't know if they'll like kick the door in and be like, oh, she calling police, and they really try to like stop. I don't know. So I hurried up and tried to be quiet, call the police. But y'all, once again, waiting on hold. And this time it's like more of an emergency. So I'm really freaking out. Like, what is going on? What are we gonna do? Told them about what was going on, and they said they were gonna be there. And I'm by myself. Like, that's what my biggest fear is, having something going on by myself. Like, me and my sister don't even have each other no more. I'm by myself during this instance. So someone finally answers. I tell them what's going on. They send people out. By this time, I'm looking at the ring and he's not there anymore. I call my family. I'm telling them what's going on. I'm freaking out. I'm gonna insert the video clip. It was just real scary. And I showed my family, they're like, that's so weird. Like, he don't got no shoes on. Like, he could be on drugs. I'm like, oh my God, he drugged out. No telling what he could do. Fast forward, the police finally get there. Like, open the door for the police. Y'all, the man is gone. The police cannot find the man. I showed them the footage. They're like, that's really weird. Like, what's going on? Why did he try to open your door? So they're looking, they don't see him. Y'all, the next day, I see the same man in my Ring camera. I was so scared. Hurry up, call the police. I said, no, y'all better get him this time. He's out here. Y'all better get him while y'all can. I'm not doing this again. They come and I tell them what's going on. And he's like, okay, you know, we'll check it out. We don't see him right now. We'll check it out. As I'm talking to the police officer, the guy comes. So I like start closing my door because I'm scared. I know the police officer right here, but shoot, I'm scared. So the police officer, like, you know, apprehends him and kind of starts asking him questions and stuff. Like, why'd you try to open the door and stuff like that, and sits him down. And he's not really, like, speaking much. And at this point, they were like, okay, you know, we'll take it from here. And so I went back into my apartment. And I think they, like, took him away. But it was so scary. Like, that was one of the scariest things that have ever happened to me. Like, my heart stopped. And mind you, at this time, I also called the leasing office. So the lady from the leasing office was also there. And she like actually like helped figure out what was going on and stuff like that. So I wouldn't wish that type of fear on anybody, because being a single woman in a new city and having something like that happen to you is just, it's so scary. I can't even imagine if he would have actually gotten to my apartment. Like, I can't even think about that. But this goes to show you to be aware of your surroundings. And I mean, if I didn't have a Ring camera, that would have been even crazier. But I say all this to say, like, make sure as a woman that you are protecting yourself. You are taking all of the extra measures that you can to make sure that you are safe. I mean, I love that I have a ring and I have a little something else too. But I also want to get like those like door stoppers and those like alarms. I have a taser, I have pepper spray, like I have all the other things, but there are still so many different protective like safety tools that we should be having in our homes. If you're living by yourself or if you're a woman, you should just be having in your home. Just make sure you guys are protecting yourselves. That is all that I have for you guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will talk to y'all next time. Bye.
Close your eyes to get away. Just make my mind and I'll arrange it.